Good morning and welcome to Odoo Live. My name is Noel, Community Manager here at Odoo San Francisco. Today I am joined by Jessica Beavers, one of our business advisors here to talk about selling digital products online. Welcome, Jessica.
Hi, thank you.
As always, if you have any questions over the course of this presentation, you can put them in the chat and we'll get to them at the end during our Q&A session. If you showed up late and would like to watch any part of this webinar again, you can use this link to watch this presentation anytime, day or night, whenever it's convenient for you. We also have a ton of events coming up, but I will also get to those at the end of our presentation. So, without further ado, Jessica, it is all you.
That's like the pun of our company, without further ado. So one thing I wanted to correct, he said that we're going to go over digital products, but I'm going to be showing you how to sell both products online that are going to be drop shipped, manufactured, bought upon order. There's many things that we're going to go through today. Can I just go right ahead and hop right in? And they can see my screen.
They will.
Okay, great. Okay, so Odoo is very unique in that it is not supposed to be used on a siloed basis, meaning it's not just an e-commerce. So this demonstration is going to go much further than showing you the features and the perks that our e-commerce website has, but I will certainly touch on those. What we're looking at here is a database that I pre-designed, and we're going to start in the inventory application. And the reason I'm going to start there is because the inventory module is like the wheel of Odoo. It's how you pre-configure the entire workflow from once it's sold online to exactly what you want to happen on the back end. Because that's where Odoo is very strong, is in automating that entire workflow. Once I show you how to set up a product, set up product variants, set up the route that you want it to take for order fulfillment, then we're going to dive into website, and I'm going to show you some of those features there. So for people that want to skip ahead, I'm going to spend about 10 minutes here, and then the rest of the demonstration I'm going to be focusing on the website module. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up the inventory app. Okay, so what we're looking at here, and because this isn't an inventory demonstration, I'm going to go very briefly on this, but this is very important because this is your tool set. Each one of these boxes you can think of as an operative station. So every time you have something come into your warehouse, it'll be in this receiving station. Every time you have it be sold online, you can create a delivery order ticket so you can be notified if you want it to be manufactured or if you want it to be drop shipped. Okay, so everything will be automated in this area here. Let's go ahead and go into Master Data Products. Now, today we're going to be selling drones, and the company that we're working with, they sell drones online, and they have many different variations of these drones and also accessories to these products. So we're going to start with this one drone here that I pre-configured. Now, what we're looking at here is the product page. This is one of the most strongest data tables in all of Odoo. So all the apps in Odoo are going to be pulling from this one product page. So it's important how you set this up. So let's go ahead and hit edit here. And there's things that I've already pre-configured, and it's important to point out that Odoo out of the box is extremely simple, and it's by design. It's built to have a very easy user interface, and then what you do is every app in Odoo has this configuration at the very top, and when you click it, you're going to be brought to settings, and I'll go into that in a minute, and you'll see all these bells and whistles and features that you can add on, and that's to make possible hundreds of variations of different workflows that are specific to your company. So I have pre-configured some of those, and drone is a stockable product. I went ahead and added that we have 500 on hand. I created the sales price, and you can also add multiple categories here. Okay, but one thing that I want to point out is Odoo is very capable of managing for variants, and in a very complicated way, but I'll talk about it very simplistically. You can have these are your attributes, and then these are your attribute values. What's nice about this is if you dip into variant prices in the top left, here's all your attributes and the values, and then you can assign a different price. So when your customer is purchasing this on your website, they're actually going to see the different variations that they can buy and the added costs associated. So to give you an example, if we go ahead and just toggle on published on website, it'll take us to this product page, but I'll do that in a minute. I want to actually give you an example of what I just talked about. So this is a company that has worked with us, and they're a great company. And what they do is they sell custom bikes. So I want to show you what out of the box Odoo does. So let's go ahead and go to Design Your Custom Bike. Now, these are the different the different attributes with the different attribute values that when you open some of them up, they're going to have plus $69 or plus euro. So what's also nice about this is when, let's go pastel green, when you select different attributes, it actually, what you can do is you can assign different images to your attribute values. So you can actually add on features here. So we just added this, and there's one other. Let's go for front carrier here and the basket. So this is a really great way to showcase your products here very beautifully, but also demonstrate very clearly the price increase with certain customizations. Okay, so let's go ahead and dip back into our website, to our inventory side. So I don't want to spend too much time on this, but this is where you would add your different attribute values, and then you would just go into your 4 variants, and what Odoo does is it automatically creates all your different variants, and then you can click on each one of them, and that's where you add your the individual picture for that item. So let's go ahead and go back. Now, let me talk about a few things here. You don't necessarily need to use them, but Odoo can work in multiple cases. Reordering rules, so if it drops below 10 and you want to create immediately a purchase order in the purchase module for 100, it would, or up to 100, it would create one for 90. And then also, if it's going to be manufactured, this is where you would set up the BOM. This is how many times this item has been manufactured. But what's nice about Odoo is that you don't need to act on all of these if it's not going to be manufactured. The wheel of Odoo, if we dip into inventory, this is the root, and this is vital. This is where you say, when I sell drone, I want it to be drop shipped. And what that is going to do when you drop ship it, as an example, is it's going to create a purchase order immediately in the purchase side, but it's going to be for your supplier to ship to your customer. So it's going to pull in the addresses of both parties. If you want to buy it immediately upon order, or if you want to manufacture it immediately upon order, you would select this here. If you just wanted to go through your inventory and you want to generate a pick, pack, and ship, that's also possible. I'm not going to go through that now, but that's that's used quite often in our company. So if we dip into invoicing, this is where you can really customize your taxes, customer taxes, vendor taxes. Let's see here. One other thing I wanted to show you. Now this is relevant because this is where you're going to say this drone is going to be in category of the Cadence drones, and the alternative product we're going to want to sell alongside it is the Viper drone, and any accessory product is going to be this item here. So optional products, this will be shown as well. So you can add as many different categories as you'd like. And one thing that Odoo does have is on the left-hand side, it has those multiple categories, and there's infinite drill down options, and that's also out of the box. So now let's go ahead and so I'm done talking about this. If there's any specific questions about your route in particular and what you want to do, just let me know. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this out, and of course you can update the quantity here, and let's go ahead and go into our website. So I did not customize this website. This is an out-of-the-box template, and I want to actually customize it with you so you can understand more about how to do that from scratch. Just to give you an idea, this is the camera. These are the attributes and their values. And upon me selecting, it's going to update the price here. Okay. And then, of course, you have the ability to add your description. Now we're going to focus on the graphic user interface of the website and our features that we have. I'll also then dip into A/B testing, Google Analytics, search engine optimization, promotions and coupons. There's so many different areas we can talk about, but all those marketing things I'll address at the very end. So what's nice about Odoo is every single page in Odoo can be customized with these different design blocks. What's nice is that's inclusive of the product page. And I'm very familiar with a lot of the e-commerce technology out there. I've used the majority of them, and a lot of them do not have this. And this is what allows you to really showcase the beauty of this item. And this is what you're selling, and you can easily then come in here and change the images. It's very straightforward. Let's go ahead and select this one. And it just allows you to make this extremely beautiful and to showcase the many attributes and values of this product. Another thing that it can do is you can have, gosh, I mean, I can go on and on about the different blocks here. So if you were selling subscriptions, you could include that there. And so let's go ahead and save this out. Now, I want to go into the home page because I haven't designed that yet. Now, you can either start from scratch like I'm doing here, or you can go into customize a theme. Please install a theme in order to customize your website. Our website module comes with pre-designed themes. So let's go look at some of them. Okay, so these are very beautiful themes. This is one. And it'll notate if it's specific to e-commerce at the very bottom. Here's an e-commerce one. Okay, so let's try to find one that's less, it's kind of more geared towards, let's go ahead and use this theme. Now what's nice about the themes and what differentiates a theme is not only is it going to come with a pre-designed layout, but it's going to be, the fonts are going to be particular to that theme. The color design options are going to be particular. So that's something to notate. So we're just going to wait until that is created. And then as you can see, it completely changed a lot of our headers here. And we still have a lot of customization to do. So what we can do now is we can go to Customize Theme, and now we have the option to actually change the color tones here. And these are all specific to the theme. So you'll want to go in and test out the themes, find the ones you want. But what's great is that if you don't like what the theme has, you always have access to the HTML and the CSS editor. And if you click that on every single page, it'll populate. And as you can see, we're now looking at the home, but we can go into any page that we'd like here. Let's close this out. And then, once again, let's edit. And just to show you, we now have these pre-designed design blocks. I've actually never played with this one before, but we can, so that's interesting. So it keeps the background image for us there, but we can add all these beautiful, already pre-designed, and of course we're not selling guitars, sections that we can make very unique. And so it allows you to build a website extremely fast. And so I could go on about the usefulness of this design or this area here. Let me see if there's anything else. It's all pretty, you just want to go around and play with it and really design it. It's a lot of fun, very easy to use. So, but one thing I want to do here is let's go ahead and hit New. Now, these are areas and add-ons that I've created. You can either say I want a new product, I want a new job offer, a new event, or a new blog post. So let's go ahead and actually, I don't want to dive into this, but just to give you an idea, you know what that is. Just go into a new page, click edit here, and then you can start creating that. It'll also give you the option to add it to your menu. So add page and menu, you can choose to do that there. Okay, one thing that I pre-configured, and again, tying back to the beauty of Odoo being completely integrated with an entire ERP backend, this is where it can get very strong. So if we go to the Contact Us page, this was already, if you go into the website module and at the very top it gives you the option to add on or install the form builder, it'll immediately create this for you. And what's nice about this is going to create a lead in our CRM in the back end. But the form builder, and I'll show you in a minute, it allows you to create any form that you'd like, but then to pull that information into multiple areas in Odoo, whether that is, for instance, a lead in a new pipe that goes to a specific salesperson, or a help desk ticket, or a project task ticket for any services, or a quotation. So you can pull data in Odoo and have it go into your ERP system. So let's go ahead and do this, and I'll show you what that means, what that looks like here. 818-569. Okay, email, I'll just use mine. Oh, we having some issues there. Thank you. Test content. Done and done. Send. Okay, so we're now going to look at what that looks like on the back end. So let's dip into our website. Okay, so again, this is what our database looks like. Let's go into our CRM. And we're going to look at, and what's great about the CRM is you have multiple, you can have as many sales channels as you'd like, where a sales channel is equal to either a salesperson, it can be a region of the country, it can be a particular payment portal, such as website or point of sale. It could be for a marketing opportunity, so you can have a sales channel specific to all the leads from a Facebook campaign, so you can get very granular. But the CRM that I just created was here. And so it brought that in. There's my information. And then bam, immediately you have it siloed, and whoever needs to be in charge of this pipeline is going to be notified immediately. You also have the ability to send messages directly to the client here. This is very unique. So just to point out, this is Chatter, and you can use this. This is universal in Odoo. It allows you to, again, send messages to the client. Also, though, if you hit the @ symbol, all the users in your system, all the employees in your system will be pulled up, and you can select their name and just send them an email. What's great about this, it'll automatically send them an email, and it'll bring them back into this view. And so that creates for a lot of streamlines in communication. And one of the things that I get a lot from companies is they come to us from about 5 different pieces of software, and it's confusing, and people get lost and communications get muddled. With this, and especially with our CRM linked to the e-commerce, it's completely streamlined, and it's very clear what's going on. You can then schedule activities here and say, let's set up a call on, this date. Bam, that's done. Okay, but again, I'm not going to stress the values of our CRM in this demonstration. However, I could go on quite the rabbit hole there. So let's go back into our website. Now, you haven't seen this yet, but this is the dashboard. And please let me know when I am running out of time.
Sure thing.
I could literally speak on this for hours. There's many avenues I can go down. So again, please contact me if you have something specific. We can definitely work on designing exactly what it is. Okay, so one thing that's kind of funny about Odoo is it is a very self-contained system, but for that reason, it doesn't have a lot of out-of-the-box connectors to other systems. And that is fine, because what you'll see is that Odoo has the features that many other software systems offer in very siloed fractions. So this is where you can tie in your Google Analytics, so you never have to leave this page to go into Google Analytics. It'll pull that data in for you. So a couple other things to point out. We will just go through these. These are, you can silo, of course, customers, abandoned carts, orders. These are where you can access all your products and all your product variants. Price list. Price list is very unique in our system. A simple example of a price list is I want prices that drop by 20% in the month of October. But you can have that be for a product category, or you can have it be for a specific product. And then you can do this website campaign where you're, selling that product, and here's the promotional code and all this stuff. Actually, not promotional code. With a price list, it will update the price without showing them that the price was discounted. And where you can play with that is if you have a large distributor network, or let's say you sell wholesale, you can set a price list for your wholesalers, and when your wholesalers log into Odoo, they will be able to access that price list. If you are in manufacturing, a very unique example of a price list, and complex one, is you can actually say, I want the price of my products to vary based on the variable cost of my materials to make that item. But I want to keep a 30% margin. So you can actually build out an algorithm here and have it be assigned and have it be activated based on the actions of your customers and how you want to segment them. So that's very unique. Blogs, of course, we have that functionality. Now, versioning is very unique. It allows you to do two things. You can either say, I want a version of a page to be for Christmas. And you build up that page, and then when Christmas time comes along, you can select for that version to kind of cover up your page. That is really great because you don't have to, build the page and then relink it into all of your menus. It'll immediately just take over. And then when you're done, you can just say, go back to the master version. Okay. Another, example is you can do A/B testing, and we link that to your Google Analytics, so it can actually toggle between version A and version B, and you can see which one is better optimized. Okay. Reporting, this is on all your sales. As I mentioned before, configuration. Let's go into settings. This is where you can add all the different bells and whistles, right? Where, let's say I want Google Maps. This is my A/B testing I referred to. Here's my Google Analytics. If you have digital content, which you said this demo was going to be focused on in particular, you can sell that. Or the product comparison tool, wish list. There's so much that you can do here. Here's your price list and how you want them to act. Any discounts, coupons, and promotions. The shipping is very cool. We have built immediate connectors to all of these carriers, and what that allows you to do is in real time be able to estimate shipping cost, essentially, and then have that carrier immediately send you a shipping label that you can save on the back end. And when you deliver that item, whoever's delivering it can print it out and put it on the package, and then there you go. Okay, automatic invoices. So there's a lot that you can do. Here's confirmation emails. There's a lot of automated actions in Odoo that you can do that I'm not showing you. And the power of that really comes into play if you're integrating with the Studio application. Many of our clients don't. Many of our clients use Odoo completely out of the box. However, Studio is considered out of the box, but it allows you to customize the entire ERP. And I won't go into that now, but if you're interested, I would highly recommend looking at the Studio, a Studio video. Okay, so let's dip back to our dashboard, and I won't talk very much further here, but let's go to our website. And this is where you can edit the menu, manage the pages. These are the versions I was talking about. Launch the A/B test, customize theme, do the settings here, and then let's talk about the marketing now. This is where you can optimize the SEO. So what's great about this, let's say drone, and it'll actually come up with suggestions for it'll come up with suggestions, whether or not you want to use them, for the search engine optimization. And then this, of course, is what Google sees, and you can update this how you'd like. And so that'll help you really describe the item well. You know, please contact me about really anything else you'd like to see. Again, there's many areas in which I can go into, but I'm going to actually stop here. And any questions, just let me know at this point. Thank you.
Great. So let's see. Thank you all for joining us. We've got a few questions that hopefully we can get to this morning. But, of course, I would like to remind everyone that we do have events happening here and around here in this country and around the world. We'll be at all of our events. You can find those at odoo.com/events. We'll be here in the Bay Area actually in September. We've got.
Please come out. Love to meet you all.
Yes, exactly. We're even in. We'll be in Texas this week. We're in Colombia actually today, and we'll be in Guadalajara, Mexico next month. So let's see. If you found, we've got a few. We've got one question. Here's hopefully a simple one. So, Separ Filter is asking, how can I add the info icon and description to the attributes? Is that something that
Sure.
that you went over earlier?
Not the icon, but follow up with me afterwards, please, and I can show you that. Let's go ahead and actually talk about the many ways that you can configure that. But the attribute descriptions just go into inventory, products here. And again, here's our variants. Now, what's interesting about Odoo is it considers your variants for different products here, as you can see, where you can have different quantities on hand for each one of your variants. If we go now into edit, now this is the attributes here, and then this is the information. To change the description, it's actually all going to be tied back to the product template. How I would manage that, if you're going to want to have descriptors per variant, is to actually go to, let's see here, go to the page, unpublished on website, and I would use the graphic blocks to really pre-design the value of those different variants at the very bottom here. And then you can say variant 1 or product 1, product 2, and really go into the different features there. I think that would be the best way to do it, because that would give you a lot of control, because as Odoo works, this descriptor, and please follow up with me because I could find a way around this potentially, is particular to the parent. But if you want to have it particular to these here, then I would advise using this graphic interface here.
Great. Well, yeah, if you have questions of a more technical nature or questions related to the webinars, you can send us send us an email to webinars@odoo.com, or if you'd like to get in touch with Jessica specifically, you can send her an email. She is at jeb@odoo.com.
Jeb.
Yes, Jeb. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can stay up to date with all of our webinars, and so we can continue making these videos for you all, as well as liking this video as well if you found it useful and interesting. So with that being said, thank you all very much. We'll see you all next time.
Bye.